Good morning, family. It's time to wake up, take your power back, put your crowns back up on your heads, and see the world for what it really is. I'm your uncle, brother, cousin, friend, John, back here with another Royal Lessons video. And in today's video, it's just going to be more of an update / warning about the Royal Lessons moving forward. But first, let me take care of a little channel maintenance. Make sure that you like the video. Make sure that you also press the little notification bell down below after you subscribe, so that way you can keep up with the Royal Lessons and know when I'm uploading new videos. And make sure that you all comment your questions or some of your suggestions or something you might just be curious about in the comment section down below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. If it's more of a spiritual question, it might take me a little longer to get back to you, as I do like to take my time to research and pray, and also I come back with full-blown context and things that I can point you towards depending on what your question may be. But let's go ahead. Oh, wait, back it up. So right quick, it is not mandatory, but I just want to let you all know that if you want to support my clothing brand, Prince Richmond, you can go to princerichmond.com. I'll try to put the link in the description down below. Right now, I am doing buy one, get one 50% off, and then also free shipping on all orders $50 or more. And that's for right now. So I don't know when anybody will see this video, but when you see it, if it's on there, then it's on there. If it's later, then it's gone. Videos, right? All right, family, let's go ahead on and get into it. The Royal Lessons have always been about my own personal spiritual journey, but they've been about my own personal spiritual journey in the form of lessons that I can teach back to others. That had always been what I sought to do along my spiritual journey, because when I went on it, the Most High God started showing me so many different things, so many different aspects that were fundamental to mental, spiritual, and physical growth. But more importantly, taking those things and seeing the world for what it really is, and helping me to understand how I need to move, helping me to understand the things that I can and cannot do, helping me to hear what people said I can and cannot do, and know which one is against God, and know which things people are just making up to make themselves feel more comfortable. And as I kept going along the spiritual journey, I was like, Most High, I would really like to share this with other people, because I feel like if other people knew what you're teaching me, then it would make the world a lot more efficient and easy and a peaceful, loving place. But I believe people have this notion or this perspective of the Most High God and of Jesus, which makes the world a lot harder, because, you know, some people have a religious notion, and it makes them stuck in a certain kind of way that they aren't willing to hear outside opinions. Or there's people that might have heard the religious way and they ran far away from God, far away from Jesus, far away from any understanding of spiritual growth, because they were like, no, that's too much, or that's crazy, it's weird, it's some people have even said it's cultish like, and I don't like it, and they ran away because all they sought was freedom. And then there's people that's in between, where they're like, you know, I want the freedom, but I also want to be over here. And so I was like, I need to be able to come back with context and make these videos, and that's what the Royal Lessons have always been about. Now, the reason this is an update / warning video is because the next section of the Royal Lessons is going to be one of the most important sections, but it is also going to be one of the hardest sections for me to put out there, not personally for me, but because I now need to talk about Yeshua, or some of you may call him Jesus. And the reason it's fundamental for me to talk about Yeshua is because Yeshua taught about a lot of things that are fundamental to spiritual growth, and that spiritual growth helps you to overcome all these different aspects that the world makes you feel like you cannot overcome. That spiritual growth is important because that spiritual growth helps you to also see the world for what it really is, and not just the world, but creation as a whole for what it really is. And it's harder to function because now you understand all these rules and boundaries, but it makes it easier because you're like, oh my gosh, had I just known these things, I wouldn't have been so stressed or depressed or, you know, angry about those things. I would have just chilled out a little bit more. And the reason it becomes stressful is because once you know, then you can't really go back to your old ways. So it's fundamental to talk about Yeshua. Now, the reason I'm making this more of a warning, I tried to warn you all in previous Royal Lessons many times that I may talk about God. I may talk about the heavens or the divine nature in order to help you overcome this world. But because it is all very fundamental to waking up. That is my biggest purpose with you all, is waking up, snapping out of this. Like, we really have to snap out of this. I don't know if y'all have, a lot of y'all have not seen the world that you live in. You believe you understand the world that you're in. You believe you're woke, but a lot of you are not actually awake enough, because a lot of y'all are still stuck in the same patterns. Or if you're woke, you might have took a few steps, but then you're back in those same patterns that's affecting the rest of the world, or affecting yourself, who we might need in order to bring the rest of the world out of its own chaos. So I make this video to warn you, because what I have to say about Yeshua, and not just about who Yeshua was, but also about what Yeshua taught, can be very contradictory to what a lot of religious teachings are going to talk about, or have talked about for years and for centuries. My biggest thing with this is, when I talk to people about it, I've noticed that some people understand what I'm saying, but because it's so different, it's so much of a different perspective for them, it's kind of hard to hear. And I don't get a outright no from a lot of people, but I do get a I don't know, and then they try to, run back and go research it, and then they come back and they're like, oh my gosh, like, I just never actually paid attention to those things. So I'm making this video to forewarn you that a lot of the things I'm going to be saying is going to be contradictory to what a lot of churches teach, or what a lot of the religious practices may teach, because I believe not in making money off of this or to get fame out of this. I'm not trying to be your pastor, your preacher. I'm not trying to be a cult leader or anything of that nature. But what I'm trying to do is snap you all out of the chaos of this world. If I can at least get the message out there, I believe it is up to you to take my words and to apply them to your own life as you see fit. Or you don't have to listen to anything. You just click off of the video and go about your own life doing what you choose to do. But I want to leave my videos here for people that are looking for clarity, looking to grow, looking to truly understand the creation that they are a part of, and and what it's going to be like, afterwards. And like, how should I operate right now so that way I can enjoy paradise later? And that is what I'm trying to help do by waking you all up. If I could just outright say, hey, you're living in the Matrix, get out, I would, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take my time to teach you everything that, has been around. The knowledge has been around for a long time, and talking about Yeshua is going to be so fundamental to snapping you out of it. Because when I went on my spiritual journey, I tell you right now, I went back to reading Yeshua. I got a strong urge to read about Yeshua again. So I picked up Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And as I was reading, and I was like, man, this seems a lot different than what I was taught in church. And I started praying because I thought it was blasphemous. And I started praying. I'm calling on Jesus, 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 Jesus. And all I kept hearing from the Most High was that I was reading it correctly. It was like, Most High was like, you're reading this correctly. You're reading this correctly. I'm trying to tell you, you're reading this correctly. And it was nothing too outlandish, because I understood other spiritual context from other spiritual practices. I understood historical context. So when I was reading it, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is this. But it did overall change my perspective, and it did also bring clarity to the things that I had been taught, but knew it didn't really add up all together. And I just was like, well, because they said it is what it's got to be. I don't want to go to hell, so this is how it's got to be. And I know what that's like. So I'm here to bring that clarity about who Yeshua was, is, and what Yeshua actually taught about. Because again, it is going to be very fundamental to waking you all up, so that way we can come together as a family and stand together to not only make ourselves better, but to make this world a better place. Because the only way to take care of the outside world is to take care of the inside world that connects with the outside world. How you are internally is how the outside world will respond to you. So we got to go inside. We got to fix this here. We got to fix this here. We got to fix this here. We got to fix the soul. We got to fix it all in order to take care of the outside world. Because guess what? Two broke things ain't gonna fix nothing. And that's just what I always say to people. But yeah, this is all this video is about. It's just a warning and let you know Roy Les is about to be a little different. I don't want anybody being like, what is he talking about? What is that? It never, I don't want to hear that. You know, I don't want people, he's blasphemous. He's going to hell. He's got something in him. He's got something in him that's not right. You know, I know, trust me. When people hear a certain thing, when people are stuck a certain way, it's just really hard not to convince, but to actually tell them, hey, you know, this is what's actually going on. But I'm willing to take the challenge. So, because waking y'all up is more important, because I love y'all too much. I ain't going to leave this earth without letting y'all know y'all loved. But that's about it, family. I hope you all are doing well. And again, if you want to purchase items from my clothing brand, Prince Richmond, I'll try to put that link down in the description box below. Know that you are loved by me, and most importantly, know that you are loved by the Most High God. Know that your life is worth it. Know that you have a purpose, even if you might not understand it, or even if you might not have a plan, your life is still worth it. Even if you are meant to heal one person, that one person can heal the rest of us, which makes your purpose very important to me and the rest of the world and the rest of creation as well. Again, know that you are loved. Take care, family.